Hello everyone, welcome to the world of Lean Six Sigma. I am Mohit Sharma, your mentor and coach on Lean Six Sigma issues and problems. Today we are going to talk about a Six Sigma case study. We are using DMAIC methodology for this particular case study, and this case study is about optimizing fill weight for a tea manufacturer. So this case study is talking about a large national tea producer. The problem that they were facing was that the company had a product weight variation on their primary production line. The company's specification limit for filling the weight included both the upper specification limits and the lower specification limits, and this was to ensure compliance with regulatory standards and customer satisfaction. However, 15% of the product was either underweight or overweight. The problems with the underweight packaging was that it violated the requirements, leading to potential recalls or scrap, and also it is tarnishing the company's reputation and incurring costs. Overweight packaging resulted in loss of profit as excess tea was given away for free. The company has decided to do a Six Sigma project and a team is formed led by a quality black belt. Then team decided to create a project charter, and the project charter had 6 elements: business case, problem statement, goal statement, scope of the project, milestones, and team charter. During my earlier conversation, I have explained the business case. The next thing that the team did was to collect the data for last 6 months, and they observed that 15% of the product was either underweight or overweight. The goal was to reduce the 15% of the product weight variation to 0.5% by June 2017. In scope, the packaging department, and out of scope, the rest of the other departments. The milestones: the team started this project in March 2017 and they had to finish it by June 2017. The team charter: the sponsor of the project was managing director. The champion is the shop floor manager. Mohit Sharma is the mentor of this project. The process owner was assistant manager, and the team members were Devinder, Kanika, Karan, Gagan, and Richa. The initial analysis process capability study was conducted. The average net fill weight of the packages exceeds the specified mean of 500 grams, resulting in significant overfilling. The distribution of this had a specification limit of 2 grams. So you can look at this particular specification limit, which says 500 grams plus or minus 2 grams, which means it gives the range of 498 grams to 502 grams. What does this mean? Any tea package which is less than 498 grams is a defect, and any package which is over 502 grams is a defect. Friends, you can buy my authored books on Amazon. My first book is 8 Steps to Problem Solving, which talks about Six Sigma concepts. And my second book is Continuous Improvement the Lean Way, which talks about the lean concepts. After the initial data analysis, then the team decided to do a brainstorming session. They went into the room and had the brainstorming on the fishbone diagram. Under people, they had a lack of process knowledge, and all operators are not trained on all the machines to operate. That was some of the root causes under people. Under process, the process was not defined properly and it was a manual process of packaging the tea bags. The machines were outdated and different machines were used to fill the tea in the tea bags. So that could also be one of the reasons. And the manual weighing machine were used to calculate the weight of the overall packages. This could also be one of the potential root cause to the packaging weight variation. Under Mother Nature, air moisture changes the weight sometimes, so that could also be one of the reasons. So after the identification of potential root causes, team wanted to collect some more data, and before that they wanted to check whether the machines with which they were weighing the packaging are weighing it correctly or not. Then they did the gauge R&R. Let's go to Minitab and see how they collected the information and did the gauge R&R. So weighing machine A is saying that packaging 1 is overweight and rest of the packages till 10 are okay in weight and 11 and 12 are overweight. So this is what is the observation of machine A. The operator on machine B was also given those 12 packages to weigh, and they said okay to all the particular 12 packages. It means they were within the weight range, upper and the lower specification limit. Likewise, weighing machine C, package number 2 is underweight and package number 8 is underweight. After 5 days, same 12 packages were given to operator who was working on machine A. It has produced the same reading which were produced by machine A earlier. Likewise for machine B and machine C. Then there is a standard which has checked the weight of those 12 packages and said they are within the weight range limits, within the upper and the lower specification limits, and they were all okay packages. So now this data was collected. There were 3 machines and 2 readings from each machine were taken, and let's see how we do attribute gauge RNR for this kind of a data. We will go to Stat, Quality Tools and Attribute Agreement Analysis. Click in the multiple columns and add machine A first trial and machine A second trial together, and machine B first trial and machine B second trial together, then machine C first trial and machine C second trial together. Number of appraisers are 3. 3 machines are being tested. Number of trials are 2. And in the known standard, we enter the standard value and click OK. All appraiser versus standard. Inspected values are 12, matched 7. It means 58.3% is the gauge value. So this value should be greater than or equal to 90% to pass the gauge. It means machines are not weighing properly. So machine A and machine C. Machine A is weighing overweight and machine C is weighing underweight in some of the instances. So we have to work either to repair these machines or to calibrate them or to maybe replace them. There are other factors in gauge RNR which can be seen, like between appraisers, 12 were inspected and only 7 matched. It means reproducibility is the problem. Each appraiser versus standard. So machine 2 is perfectly accurate, measuring 100% correct. Machine 1 is 75%. Machine 3 is 83.3% accurate. So it means the problem is with machine 1, which is machine A in our case, and with machine 3, which is machine C in our case. We can also see within appraiser, it means repeatability. All these 3 machines are repeating 100% same information. It means they are repeatable in nature. The problem is with the accuracy as well as with the reproducibility of the machines. Friends, you can buy my authored books on Amazon. My first book is 8 Steps to Problem Solving, which talks about Six Sigma concepts. And my second book is Continuous Improvement, the Lean Way, which talks about the lean concepts. So after they did gauge RNR, the team also collected some more data. The data of weight, 100 instances, 100 packets were collected and their weight was taken. And then they were checked which machine they were filled from and who is the operator who is working on that particular package. The first thing that the black belt has done, he has checked the data's normality. You will go to Stat, Basic Statistics, Graphical Summary. Under Variables, you will enter weight and you will click OK. Look at the p-value, which is greater than 0.05, which means the data is normally distributed and the mean is 500.13, but the standard deviation is 2.17. Now we have to see, is there an impact of the filling machine or the operator on weight? My Y, which is weight, which is normally distributed, and my X, which is filling machine in this case, is discrete. So when my Y is continuous and normal and my X is discrete, I will use one-way ANOVA test. To do that test, I will go to Stat, ANOVA, one-way. In response, I will enter weight, and in factor, I will enter filling machine, and I will click OK. Look at the p-value. P-value of less than 0.05 indicates that it is a contributing factor. So when we look at the machine weights, so machine 2 is measuring 500.66 as the mean weight and machine 1 is measuring 499.595 as the mean weight. So it means the filling machine is filling less in case of machine 1 and a little more in case of machine 2. But they are statistically different. So mean is a problem here, but it is not that great a problem because this is still in the specification limit. But let's see what is the problem with the variation, if there is any standard deviation issue between the two machines. They look different. Let's see statistically whether they are different or not. We'll go to Stat, ANOVA and test for equal variance. In response, we enter weight, and in factors, we will enter filling machine and click OK. So multiple comparisons p-value is less than 0.05. It means the problem is with the variation as well. Machine 1 has huge variation and machine 2 has lesser variation. It means we have to work on machine 1. Let's check the next X, which is operator. The first thing we will do is to check the means. So let's go to stat, ANOVA and one-way ANOVA. In response, we will have weight, and factor we will enter operator, and then we will click OK. The p-value of this test is greater than 0.05, which indicates that mean is not an issue in this particular case. Let's check whether there is variation between the operators when they fill these packages. Stat, ANOVA, test for equal variance. In response, we will keep the weight, and in factors, we will change this to operator now, and we will click OK. Multiple comparisons p-value is less than 0.05, which indicates that yes, variation is a problem. We can see variation in operator 1 is huge and variation is in operator 3 is very less than 0.05 is only. And in the operator 1, the variation lies between 2.5 to 3.5, so which is huge. So it means we need to coach and train operator 1. After all these data analysis and system calibrations, the team went ahead and created some of the solutions. Friends, you can buy my authored books on Amazon. My first book is 8 Steps to Problem Solving, which talks about Six Sigma concepts. And my second book is Continuous Improvement, the Lean Way, which talks about the lean concepts. So filling machine 1, they had to realign the machine with the standard and follow a proper monthly maintenance schedule for this particular machine so that it fills correctly every time. Weighing machine, they replace the manual weighing machines with the automated machines. Training operators, so they had to train operators to work on all the machines. And for air moisture, which you saw in the fishbone diagram, they had to store the leaves on moisture controlled compartments. So by implementing all these changes, the team was able to reduce that 15% variation to 0.5 or less, and hence the impact from this project was that they were able to save 250 crores annually through material efficiency, and they enhanced the customer satisfaction because the product quality was consistent and they eliminated all the weight related complaints and recalls. Operational excellence, the production line became more efficient, reducing downtime and the waste. So I hope you like this case study. If you really like this case study, please give it a thumbs up and share this with your friends. I will see you in my next upcoming case study. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.